Happy New Year once again! It's 2026. It's the 4th day into the new year. How has it been for you over the last few days? Have you been reflecting on 2025? Have you noted down like the past year's whole lessons and all the mistakes that has gone wrong, or the things that you wish you had done better, and you're converted to this New Year resolutions and have written down a whole list of what you want to achieve for this year, or even set intentions on the kind of qualities that you want to embrace for this New Year 2026? Well, if you have been doing things of this sort, or even going into the details of organizing and planning to-do list, like for example, my daughter was telling me she went into 15 lists on her to-do list and she has really completed 13 of them. Well, there's this drive behind it, this desire for growth. Now, if you have been doing things like that, then congratulations. What you have been going into is into this collective energy that's for this week from today, which is 4th January, all the way to 11th January. So some of us will experience a little more just before the energy comes in for the week. Like, the dates that I have just shared with you, 4th to 11th. Some of you may experience on the 2nd or the 3rd, depending on the sensitivity of yourself towards what's going on in the cosmos. So what I'm talking about here is basically the planetary movements. Therefore, Jinki 54 holds the theme for this particular week collectively. Some will actually experience a little more, some may experience it a little less, but generally more of us will embrace more of this drive towards growth, this drive towards acquiring, having ambition, of also wanting to have more of what we want in our life. For example, maybe to earn more money, get your house chores done, spring cleaning. Okay, for those of us Asians here, we have Chinese New Year coming soon, maybe even into buying things, and many of us are just returning to work. There might be new resources that we are basically acquiring right now, okay, for the new year, for the company, or even for people who are going to school. Okay, then all about getting new uniform, stationery, books, okay, and then also preparing whatever there is in the form of what is tangible. Well, then in that case, you're really moving right into this Jinki 54. And this 54, the key is about aspiration. So whatever I describe to you as examples is all about this. Now, on the lower end of aspiration, as we all know, we have different health states every day, or even a longer span during a period of time. So in this way, you will feel it more keenly. So the lower health states of aspiration is greed, meaning it's never enough. You feel a very strong sense of hunger, strong sense of desire, and you really want it now. And you feel this strong drive to get it done, to have it. Then, in that case, you're operating in this field of greed, right? Something more on a personal level. Now, on the other end, if let's say you have bigger aspiration of whatever you are doing, it's not just for yourself, but also meant for the community, meant for a bigger purpose, a deeper meaning. And because you care so much about the people around you, then you may have already shifted into the other end, which is called ascension. Now, the word ascension has nothing to do with the more spiritual systems talk about becoming more embracing godlike qualities like peace, joy, love, more in generosity, more in like angelic We're not talking about that type. We're talking about more on the physical level. How you can use these aspirations to benefit a bigger part of yourself for a bigger good. Because this is a very physical key. And it's one whereby it's about what can you do? Or what can you have? And for you to be able to operate well with this key, just for this week especially, while you're just playing around with the feeling of what is it like to be greed, and what does it feel like to be ascension, and what does it feel like to be aspiration, then you may want to ensure that your routines of grounding is really strong. When I talk about deep grounding, I'm talking about really having your 2 feet planted on the ground. Practical. But of course, not to the point of being narrow-minded or microscopic, but more of what is currently available in terms of resources around you, the people, the things, your money, in terms of relationships that you have, in terms of the network that you have versus what you don't have. So here is the period of time for this just 1 week for you to leverage on this collectiveness to do more of this organization, to make a bigger resolution, and also at the same time ensuring that your body needs are being met. Because without a body that's strong enough, emotionally balanced and resilient as well as mentally, so you might fall sick. And you might end up don't have enough of the energy to be able to carry out what you want to do. So it's important for you to ensure that the grounding routines are very important. Alright, just for this week. And have fun playing with this theme for this week, and do share with me how it was like for you. So if you intend to also go out and network, have more collaborations, also to meet face-to-face with other people, by all means go ahead, because it's all part of this particular week. And if you have desire to do that, just give a text, a call, or an email to whoever you want to. Chances of you to be able to get there is much higher. Alright, so that's all. And I'll see you again next week.